What's up, YouTube? It's Tillman coming back at you with another video. This one's gonna be on my fantasy team for eDraft.com. We're doing like an 8-man fantasy league on Fanium, so you go check them out. I really like it. Last year I did fantasy on Yahoo. Um, it was okay on the phone app, but I think Fanium's phone app is a lot better. Um, I really like it, really smooth, and I like the way they do the draft. So you have 7 hours to pick. You pick, keep it moving. Everybody in the line, just keep moving. I like the way that goes. So you're not just sitting at your desk, waiting for everyone to go, because I know that can get pretty annoying, especially that one guy that's not even there. So first off, my depth chart for week one at quarterback was Aaron Rodgers, Robert Griffin III, and Joe Flacco. At running back, it was Alfred Morris, Andre Ellington, Noshawn Moreno, and Frank Gore. At wide receiver, it was Demaryius Thomas, Cordell Patterson, Kendall Wright, Ruben Randall, Mike Evans, and Odell Beckham. For tight end, it was Vernon Davis, Jason Witten, and Dennis Pitta. Now, in week one, Robert Griffin III and Aaron Rodgers were basically shut down. Robert, more so because they couldn't find the end zone, all those red zone troubles, and Rodgers, they played Seattle. Nothing more to say. Running back, I have a really strong running back core. I'm really happy with that. At wide receiver, I feel like I kind of goofed in the draft. Now, I'm happy with my receivers, and I'm looking at my roster now. I'm happy with my receivers, but I don't think I drafted as loose as I could. I think I was thinking about it too much. I was overthinking things. I have a public team as well, and I'm going to describe that one in another video. But I just think I really overthought things too much when it came to my team here for the eDraft League. I wasn't drafting as loose as I was with the public league that I'm in. So I'm a little disappointed in my receiving core. I think I can get away with it, especially because I have Patterson and Demaryius Thomas. Those two guys I think are really going to rack up some points this year. But behind Kendall Wright, Ruben Randall, Mike Evans, and Odell Beckham, I drafted two Giants guys. Well, I didn't draft Ruben Randall. I actually picked him up because I thought the Giants were going to do better in the passing game this year. So I was picking him up until Odell Beckham got back. But after what I saw in week one, I'm definitely going to keep Odell Beckham till he gets back, but I'm probably going to switch out Ruben Randall before this next week's games. I'm not feeling confident in the Giants' passing game anymore. Safe to say. At tight end, I have Vernon Davis, Jason Witten, and Dennis Pitta. Now, I think this is my strongest unit in terms of entirety. Of course, at quarterback, I have Aaron Rodgers, who certified fantasy beast, and at running back, I have a couple studs. But in terms of guys that can go off any day, any game, I think tight end is the strongest. Can't really be mad with Davis, Witten, and Pitta. No argument for me there. Last week we lost. I think it really came down to my quarterbacks got shut down, and I started Ruben Randall, got me 2 points. So I guess I couldn't really be mad because so many guys got shut down in week one. So I was 50-50 on Pitta and Davis coming in, but I started Pitta because of the struggles that Smith brothers were getting in week one. Torrey Smith, I've never really been. I'm a fan, but I haven't had a lot of confidence in him in terms of fantasy. And Steve Smith, I would have started him this week just because you can't really. I don't think he can bet against Steve Smith. He plays angry, and I think he's going to get his numbers no matter what. But I went with Pitta because that's who Joe Flacco is most comfortable with. That's who's going to get the most targets, I believe, every game in game out. It's Dennis Pitta. So I started him this week against Pitt. He didn't score, but he played decent. So unless Davis absolutely loses his mind, then I'm not going to be too upset about it. But I started him and Witten this week. Maybe I might switch Witten and Davis, but Witten's playing against Tennessee, so I don't really expect him to have a bad game against Tennessee. Um, Now, in the future, it's going to be tough for me to start Griffin over Flacco, especially if the Redskins keep having trouble in the red zone, because what gets you points is those touchdowns. You can have all the yards in the world, but if you don't have any touchdowns, you're not going to get any points. And in the red zone is honestly where Joe Flacco is he's just the man. He's going to get you those 6 points. So I really think if I'll wait a couple weeks, but if the Redskins continue to have struggles in the red zone, you might see Dennis Pitta as my second quarterback instead of Robert Griffin. In case I failed to mention it, Fanium is 2 quarterbacks. You start 2 quarterbacks, not just one. This week I played Luke Inman, one of the other guys over at eDraft. I lost last week, and this week we're going against Luke. His top guys are Andrew Luck, Adrian Peterson, Brandon Marshall, Julius Thomas, and Gronk. I'm confident that we can pull this out. I've lost a lot of confidence in Brandon Marshall just because of how the offense played in week 1. Jay Cutler played terrible. So if you went and checked out eDraft, I did a top 10 wide receivers rankings for week 2, and I left Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall off solely because Jay Cutler has he struggled so much in week 1. So all jokes aside, this can go either way, especially with his tight end situation with Gronkowski and Julius Thomas. You saw Julius Thomas get 3 touchdowns last week. No, that Julius Thomas can get you 40 points. Gronk can get you 40. Adrian Peterson, enough said. And Andrew Luck played like a monster against not a monster. He played good against the Broncos. Luck is one of those guys that makes you nervous in the last 2 minutes. He's like he could break some hearts, but I'm confident. I think we can come out with the victory this week. I wish I had a little bit more firepower at that receiving spot, but I think we could do pretty good. That's it for this video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make another video about my second fantasy league team. Let me know how you feel about this one. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Let me know anything you want me to include in my future videos. If you have any fantasy questions, I'll leave my link to my Twitter as well. Shoot me any questions you have. We can definitely discuss it. Even check out eDraft as well. All those writers, they know so much about fantasy and they can help you out tremendously. Check the articles out. I'll leave a link in the description. Till then, deuces.